Shalom, Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. That's all praises to Yahweh, who the word ignorantly calls God. Bahashem in the name of Yahweh Shah, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings be to all the Akim that are pushing this word and truth in sincerity, man. Shalom. This is going to be another quick video on low and edify. Alright, so today what I'm going to get into is the third woe cometh quickly, man. Alright, because, the first woe, it happened, man. All right, the First World War, right? Because when you go into the book of Revelations, those woes represent world wars, all right? Then the second woe happened already, man, right? And that happened in 1948, 1948, Slovakia, all right? Then it says, behold, the third woe cometh quickly, man. And the third world war hasn't happened yet, man, right? But if you've been paying attention to what's going on, all right, tension between nations has been, sparking up, man. All right, the U.S. is starting to be hated amongst other nations, more and more, right? And sooner or later, these nations are, they're all going to, meet up in the Middle East and they're going to fight each other, right? And these nations are going to rise up and they're going to shoot missiles over here to America, right? 200 million ICBM nuclear missiles to be exact, all right? So I'm going to show y'all real quick. I'm not going to get into all the articles or anything like that. I'm going to just show y'all, man, all right? Because I was scrolling through this about a day ago, and I seen this, man, all right? And that's why I decided to make this lesson. It says Iran, Russia, China, and Turkey celebrate the collapse of the U.S., man, which shows that they truly don't care about us, man, right? I ain't gonna say us because I'm not an American, right? But they truly don't care about this wicked-ass country, man, right? They ready to see the downfall of America, so because they really think that they're gonna come up next, right, after America falls, all right? That's why these nations are trying so hard, to do that, all right? It says America's oldest military ally in Asia turns toward China, man. Right? And I can go into this because this is going into what is it, the Philippines, right? Because the Philippines they were allying with America, right? But now they're starting to go into China and trading with them and stuff like that, making deals with them instead of the United States. All right. Let me see. I'm not even going to get into that because I'm going to be reading forever, all right? But I'm going to just show y'all, the rest of these articles. It says right here, determined for war, China orders fighter jets to circle Taiwan, right? And the U.S. military, it says several Chinese People's Liberation Army fighter jets and a U.S. military transport plane flew in Taiwan's airspace Tuesday morning, Focus Taiwan reported. All right. So as you see, man, the nations between, or the tension between these nations are starting to rise higher and higher, right? And sooner or later, a third world war is going to break out, all right? And this, the so-called coronavirus is starting to spark tensions between the nations as well, right? And China, they believe that the U.S. released that coronavirus over there, right? Because China's economy was starting or rising higher than, or doing better than what America's was. So you know how grimy America is. They released that damn virus over there so that their economy can go back down and America can be above Slovakia, right? Because it's all what it's about, man. It's all about power over the world. All right. That was it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into some scriptures real quick, man. Revelations 11 and 14. It says Revelations 11 to 14. The second war was past, right? The Second World War is past, right? That happened in 1948. And behold, the third war cometh quickly, man. Right? So after the Second World War, right, there's going to be a third World War, right? And it hasn't happened yet, right? But as you see, man, right, tensions between nations, right, they're starting to have commotions and stuff like that. So therefore, that's going to start to lead to a third world war, right? And it's going to happen either way it goes, whether you believe it or not, man, because it's Bible prophecy, all right? But the third war cometh quickly, all right? And we living in that time where there is going to be a third world war, right? And a lot of you niggas out here, man, y'all are going to be drafted in that war, man. All right, you see that Trump, you know what I'm saying, like brothers like to say, man, 2020 started off with a bang. You had Trump, he bombed Iran's general, Hussein Soleimani. And hey, that immediately sparked tensions between the U.S. and Iran, man. And they already had tensions between each other, man. Right, but it just sparked it even more because that's prophecy, right? I think when you go into Isaiah the 14th chapter, it tells you that the what is it? I think the Persians, they're gonna rise up against the great horde and destroy it, man. All right, that's exactly what's going to happen. But it's not only going to be the Iranians, right? But it's going to be all these other nations, right? Even America's allies, because they're not going to want no smoke with Russia, North Korea, Iran, or none of them, man. Right? So they're gonna join forces with them, and they're gonna help them out to destroy America. All right, Malachi. I think it's Daniel, the 12th chapter says, man. All right, they got a Satan bomb which can blow up the whole state of Texas, man. And Texas is a big state, right? Probably the biggest state in the United States, man. All right, so they got nuclear missiles out there that can do a lot of damage, man. Right, but America's gonna be hit by 200 million of them, man. That's a big ass number, a lot of missiles, man. So you can just imagine what it's gonna do to America, man. All right, there's gonna be tsunamis, gonna be earthquakes, man. America's gonna be completely broken up. Right, when you read the book of Isaiah 34 and 11, it tell you that the line it's gonna be like lines of confusion, right? You know how the United States has that nice little outline and shit like that, the states and all that. Ain't gonna be none of that. That this war, the next battle, man, it's gonna be fought with fire, man. There ain't gonna be no more shooting guns, which they are gonna be shooting guns whenever these troops are deployed over there to the Middle East. All right, but ultimately, man, it's gonna be missiles, man. All right, that's what the Lord said that their stink shall rise up, because you're not gonna come back once you be sent over there, man. All right, it says for Isaiah 95, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. All right, and all the battles in the past, man, they've been fought with guns, and tanks and shit like that. But this one is gonna be fought, or it's gonna be with burning and fuel of fire, man. Right, and what's gonna cause that burning, man? Those missiles, man. Right, that's nothing but fuel right there, man. Chemicals and shit like that. You got bombs and what is it, warheads on it, man. Right, that's how it's gonna be fought this time, man. Why do you think that these troops are not these troops like it, but these nations are spending trillions and trillions of dollars on nuclear weaponry, man? Right? Because hey, man, the Lord's putting the spirit on them to do that and to create these different missiles so that they can prepare for his day of vengeance, man. All right, which is they're gonna shoot the missiles over here to America. All right, Scripture tells you that that they're not gonna spare an arrow, man. All right, and they're not gonna put away a missile. You know what I'm saying, to save it just in case. Nah, man, they're gonna shoot them all over here, man. They're not gonna spare any one of them, man. All right, they're gonna let them all rip, man. All right, so we go to Psalms 6. All right, matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the blue letter for this one because I wanted to go into the etymology of it so I can show y'all. All right, Psalms 11 and 6. It says, "Upon the wicked he shall arrange snares." I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup, man. All right, and this is going into missiles, right? And I can show you. Let's go to the word snares right here. All right, and if you go down here, man, it says a plate of metal, right? And that plate of metal is talking about those missiles, man, because that's what they're made of, man. Plates of metal. All right, and then it says, let me read it over again. It says, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of the cup, man. And that's going into the missiles. All right, if I'm not mistaken here. So I went into this a long time ago. Let me see. I think it's tempest, maybe. Nah, it ain't tempest. No, I guess not. But y'all get the point, man. That's going into those missiles, man. And the Lord said, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, man, fire and brimstone. Right? And who are the wicked? Esau, Edom, Malachi 1 and 4, man. Right? They are the border of wickedness, man. It's actually going into our people as well, man. Right? Because the 2/3 of Jacob is wicked as hell. Right? And you can see it. Right? Selling their souls. Right? Being niggas flashing guns and being witches and stuff of that nature, man. Hey, man. Jacob is wicked as well. 2/3 of our people are wicked as hell, man. All right? That's why the Lord said he's going to save a remnant. But the rest shall be cut off and die. Zechariah 13 and 8. All right? But the point on that, man, was, you know what I'm saying, them snares, man. The Lord is getting ready to rain them upon America, man. So now let's go to Isaiah 54 and 16. Because the Lord, he puts a spirit on these scientists to create these different missiles and stuff for his day of judgment, all right? Oh, 16, slack it down. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth the instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy, man. All right, so what the Lord is doing, man, he's putting the spirit in these scientists, right? Because if you gotta think about it this way, man. Nobody in their carnal ass mind, man, can create a missile, something that can do that much damage, right? That's how you know it's the Lord putting the spirit on these scientists to create these missiles, man, for that particular moment, man, that particular day, man, right? To be shot over here to America, right? So that's how you know it, man. And the Lord said, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, man. So it's the Lord, man. That's all the Lord, right? Proverbs 20 and 24, man's goings of the Lord. Whatever these scientists are doing, man, creating, is going according to the Lord, man, because the Lord wants them to do that, and he's putting the spirit on them to create those missiles, man. All right? 11:4. And I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Here's the point right here. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased, man. All right? So the Lord was going to increase the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, of these scientists and so on and so forth, right, to create these weapons, all right? You know what I'm saying? All right, so now let's go to Revelation 16. It will start at 15. It says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, man. All right? So that's what that third world war is, man. The war of Armageddon, man. And the Lord is going to lead them over there to the so-called Middle East to fight, all right? Which is I'm going to prove so well. All right, so let's go ahead and go to that. Let's start at Joel 2, and let's go to 20. It says, but I'm the army across the world, right? And ultimately, they're going to be sent to the so-called Middle East to fight, right? All nations, man. That's what it says in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. You know, a great multitude, man. And that great multitude is going to be all the armies of the earth, man. You're going to have the Chinese, the Russian, the German, so on and so forth. It says, and I would drive them into a land barren and desolate, man. And what's that land that's barren and desolate? The so-called Middle East, man, a straight desert, all right, with his face toward the East Sea, right? And the East Sea is talking about the Persian Gulf, right? And his hinder part toward the utmost sea, right, which is the Red Sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things, man. Meaning what? Once you get sent over there, man, to fight in that Third World War, you done with, man. All right, you done with, man. Ain't no coming back, man. Right? The Lord said that your stink shall come up, man. Meaning you gonna die, man. Because what happens when you die, man? You start to stink. That's what's gonna happen, man. All right. And I see a lot of people that starting, you know what I'm saying, to go into the army. They think that they're gonna get benefits. Hell no, man. You really being set up so you can be sent over there, shipped over there, whatever. And hey, you're gonna be put to death, man. That's just what it's gonna be, right? You're gonna be on the front lines, right? And your ass gonna be wasted, man. All right. So now let's go into Joel the third chapter. I'll just start at 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Which means Yahweh's decision. All right. The Lord is going to bring them down to the, you know what I'm saying, to the so-called Middle East, right? That land that's barren and desolate, right? He's going to judge them, right? By making them fight each other and kill each other, right? That's how he's going to judge them. It says, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, right? So all this that the Lord is finna do is for the nation of Israel's sakes, man. All right, he's gonna send them over to fight each other just for our sake, man. All right, whom they have scattered among the nations that part of my land. All right, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot, and so they girl for wine that they might drink. Right, and they actually did that during the time of slavery. All right, they be celebrating shit and giving gifts. They used to actually give us away like gifts, man, Christmas gifts and shit, man. All right, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah, it's like the children also of Judah, and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far off from their border. And the Grecians are the so-called it's like the Edomites. Oh, hold up, give me a sec. Okay, yeah, come. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the land, it's like into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare a war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. All right. And that's what's happening today, man. All right. The Lord is starting to put the spirit on all these other nations, man, to start to prepare for war. Right. The Lord said that He is sharpening the sword, not only for, you know what I'm saying, Jacob's trouble, man, but for that third world war. All right. And He's going to send them over there to the so-called Middle East in the valley of Yahweh's decision, right, in Saudi Arabia. Right. He's going to have them kill each other off. Right. And then, so like, hold up. Then whenever Howard Shah comes back, Howard Shah's gonna come back right in the midst of World War III. Right? He's gonna put in that work as well. Right? And it says, let the heathen be wake and come up to the valley of Howard Shaphat, which is Howard Shaphat. There will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put me in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The battle of the for the wickedness is great. Right? And the harvest may be ripe right now. A lot of brothers believe that the niggas sell, right? So that's why these prophecies started to speed up more and more, man. Because the harvest, you know what I'm saying, well, it's ultimately going to be ripe whenever Yahweh Shah comes back, man. All right? And Yahweh Shah, he's that harvester, man. Right? It says multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Right? And I'll say that's it on that. All right. So now let's go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Right, I'm gonna try to go through this as quick as possible. It's already at 20. All right, I wasn't even intending to be this long. It says, "Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east." All right, so when the prophet Ezra received this vision, man, he said it was a horrible vision. Right, that's why when you go to the 2nd Ezra, 16th chapter, he said, "Woe is me, woe is me," because after he received this vision, man, hey, it was fucking terrible, man. Right, prophets was actually getting sick due to the shit that the Lord was revealing into them that was going to happen in the near future, man. Right, and we're living in that times, man. Although it's going to be some horrible sights, man, the Lord also said that the many prophets have desired to see what you see, man. All right, so we're blessed, you know what I'm saying, to see what we're finna see, man. All right, it's gonna be some shit. Don't get me wrong, man. But hey, man, we're blessed. All right, Scripture tells you, blessed is he that see the downfall of his enemy, man. Right, and that's what we're doing, man. We're seeing the downfall of Esau Edom right before our very own eyes, man. All right, that's why they're starting to force that chip hard, and sooner or later it's gonna be harder and harder, man. All right. It says, "Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, right, which are the Iranians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come, and join battle with them, and shall waste their portion in the land of Assyria, of the Assyrians." All right, and the true nature of what's so-called or the Israelites, man, they're wild ass people, man. Why do you think that they'll go in the building, blow that bitch up in the name of Allah, man? Right? Because that's their spirit, man. Right? You can go and get that in the book of, and it's somewhere in the book of Genesis, man. Right? They're a wild people, man. That's why they do wild shit like that, right? Having suicide bombs and stuff like that, right? It says, "Then shall the dragons, right, that ravens have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to princes with them, then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee, man." All right, so the Lord is going to put the spirit back on them to remember that true nation, man. All right, they're going to be going complete crazy, right? Okay. Verse 33. "And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy receive them and consume them of them, just like it consumed some of them. And in the host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm." And that's talking about these other nations' military craft. All right, man. Fighter jets and shit like that. Yeah, man, and that's gonna come up with he said it was horrible to look upon, man. Full of wrath and stuff like that. All right, because what they can do, man, they can shoot out missiles and all. Right? That's what that full of wrath and stuff like that. "They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword into the belly, and dung of men into the camel's hooves." Right? And death and destruction, man. People gonna be dying. "And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth. They that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them." All right. So that was it on that. All right. So now we can go to the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter, man. Right. Because we're going to get into the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. All right. It says in Revelation 17:1, it says, "And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." Right? And that great whore is talking about Babylon the Great, aka America, if you ain't know, man. All right, because America has code names in the scriptures, right? And Babylon the Great is one of them. All right, the great whore, right? And call it the great whore because America deals with many other nations. All right, it says that sitteth upon many waters, right? And in the further verses, you're gonna see those many waters that the great whore sitteth upon. All right, verse 2: "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of fornication." All right, and the way that these other nations have committed fornication with America is, you see now that these other nations, they have democracy and stuff like that. Instead of having a king ruling, you know what I'm saying, and giving charge and stuff like that, they have presidents, secretaries, vice presidents, Republicans, so on and so forth. right? Because they're drinking of the fornication of America, man. And that's also why you see, you know what I'm saying, these other nations heavily influenced by America, man. All right, because they're drunk of that fornication of this place, man. It says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy and having 7 heads and 10 horns, right? And that same woman is talking about the great whore in the first verse, right? Upon a scarlet-colored beast, right? A red-colored beast, right? Full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and that's ultimately going into the key European nations, all right? AKA, NATO and the EU, all right? Because that's what that beast is, you know what I'm saying, that we're finna read, here in the further verses. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations of filthiness of fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, man. All right? And America is filthy as hell, man. You come over here, you're going to see nothing but homosexuality, right? People here, they into bestiality. There's sorcery here. All types of things, man. Right? And with the other nations drinking of that fornication of America, they're starting to do the... They're starting to try to legalize homosexuality and stuff like that. All those are abominations, man. Right? And that's ultimately how the Lord is going to destroy America, Babylon the Great, man. All right, which is no spiritual Sodom in the scriptures, man. All right, and the Lord said in 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter, that He was going to make Sodom and Gomorrah as an example for those that wanted to live ungodly, like how they did, man. And what is America doing? The same exact thing, man. Right, and it has to be for it to. The face of the slave trade whenever they was bringing us from off the west coast of Africa. Pulling us up to, you know what I'm saying, over. Right, so on and so forth. It says, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which had the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Right, talking about NATO and EU. All right, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. It's like it. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. All right. It's like talking about, 2 kingdoms in one, man. Right. That first one, going back to 2,000 years ago, talking about the Roman Empire, man. Right. But the Roman Empire fell, right, and America rose up, you know what I'm saying, as the Roman Empire through the reincarnation, all right? And that's that beast, you know what I'm saying, that yet is, man. All right. And it says, just the woman, all right? And mountains represents governments, right? When you read the scriptures, you would governments, all right? And there are 7 heads, it's like 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. All right. And this scripture shows you that it's not actually talking about mountains, right? It's talking about, governments, and it's referring to the leaders as these, you know what I'm saying, of these kingdoms, right? And it says 5 are fallen, right, which represents the Greeks, the Spanish, Germania, the Germania Minor, and the French, right? Let's go to that. is the Romans, the French, the Spanish, right? The British, the Greeks, right? But those five that are fallen are, the Greeks, Spanish, Germania Minor, and the French. All right. Damn, I lost where I was. All right, Con. And when it says in verse 10 that one is, right, it's talking about the Roman Empire, right? Then it says, and the other is not yet come, right, which is Great Britain, right? Because at one point in time, Great Britain was a great power, right? Should they even own America, right? Verse 11, it says, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition, right? And the eighth is referring to America, which come of the other, seven, right? But it came directly from the seventh nation, which is Great Britain, all right? And so, like, I'm gonna try to get straight to the point, man. But I gotta read this to get some context, right? So I can, get really into it. Um, Let me see. Verse 12. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no king, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast." All right. Verse 13. These have one strength unto the beast. Right. The EU nation shall give their power. Verse 15. Verse 14. Salakia. War would agree, they're gonna stop what they're doing and they're gonna come together, right? Like when the president says, "All right, we set aside our differences, man, right, and take on, whatever is gonna come, right?" And that's what they're gonna actually do, man. All right, they're gonna be fighting against each other, right? And when you have a shot pull up, you're gonna stop what they're doing, and they're gonna come together, and they're gonna fight against the Lord. All right. Verse 15. It says, "And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues." All right. And at one time in America, America was once known as, the great melting pot, because every nation of people, that dwells under the, the sun, dwelled in America, man. All right. That's why you see a various amount of races of people here, right? And that's also why, there's so many different cultures here. All right. And the 10 horns burn it with fire, man. And this was the point, man. This was the point that I wanted to get to, because these EU nations are going to shoot missiles over here to America, right? And America's going to, is going to do something to make these European nations mad, right? Just like how they're doing now, man. Right? That's why you seen, like I put up in those articles in the beginning of the video. America's doing something to tick these nations off, man. And sooner or later, it's going to make they're going to piss them off to the point, to where these nations are going to shoot missiles over here, right? Verse 17, for Yahweh shall be it's like it fulfilled. Sluggish, man. Once I'm talking a long time, my neck starts to hurt. All right, but the Lord is going to put the spirit on these different nations to rise up and destroy America, because man. Verse 18, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth, right? And it's clear that America is the head of these different nations, all right? That's why the U.S., goes around bullying them and shit, right? But they're starting, stick up for themselves, right? That's why the scripture says, "Let the weak say I'm strong," man, right? Because at one point in time, America was the only one that had missiles, right? But now these other nations have got their hands on the missiles, so now they're starting to stick up for themselves, man. Now, let me see, Revelation 8. All right, here's the point right here, man. All right. It says, "And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean bird." It's like of every unclean and hateful bird, all right? So once America is completely destroyed from off the face of the earth, man, That's going to be a habitation of, desert creatures, right? Scorpions, owls, you know what I'm saying? Lizards and shit like that, man. All right. Verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. And that's why you see these other heathenistic people come over here and set up shop and shit like that, man. All right, because they know, when they come to America, man, they're gonna, be making money and stuff like that, right? But a lot of them waking up to the fact that they're not gonna be able to, man. All right, and Esau, he used the witchcraft, to show people, like, because he was telling people that the streets are paved with gold and shit like that, and right. But a lot of people waking up to the fact that America's nothing but bullshit, man. All right, but people used to come over here so they can make money and stuff like that. All right, but the dollar's crashing, man. So therefore, you're not gonna really be able to make any money, man. All right, they're gonna force that chip, and that's gonna be, the end all and be all for the printed currency. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached up to heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities, man. So in order for your sins to reach into the heavens, man, for the Lord to hear it, man, that means you got to be doing a whole lot of wickedness, man, right? And that's why it says that America is the mother of abominations, man. Right? America's done a whole lot of wickedness, man. Enslaved the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Killed over 200 million of our people, right? Forcing homosexuality and stuff like that, man. Right? And that's why the Lord is going to destroy America from off the face of the earth. It says, reward her even as she will have rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double, Salakia. All right, so we're going to reward you Edomites double to what y'all have done to us, man. Right? It says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and she shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judged her, man. And how is America going to be utterly burned with fire, man? Right? It tell you that the beast shall rise up and hate the whore and burn her with fire, man. All right? NATO and the EU, right? These European nations, right? They're going to rise up and they're going to shoot missiles over to the Americas, man. That's how it's going to burn with fire, right? And that's the judgment for the Lord. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall beware her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is that judgment come, man. All right, so it's only going to take 1 hour, man. Literally 1 hour, 60 minutes for Yahweh Shem Yahshua to destroy America, Babylon the Great, man. All right, it's like if it took me a while to get to the point, man. All right, but hey, man, I got it out, man. So, with that being said, Lord, when I was edified, but before I close out, I'm going to say, Call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings be to all the Akim that are pushing this word and truth to the city, man. Shalom.